In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. There is a word or term of Arabic and Urdu. It is wali, means friend. Waliullah means friend of Allah. It is used for the very pious people. And the people, the term is usually used in South Asia, Urdu Hindi speaking Muslims. These people are of the view that this is okay. There is a word saint for it. Saint, being a saint of Allah, very pious people, very generous people. This is generally speaking, the consider the meaning of this term Waliullah means saint of Allah, saint. It is thought, it is considered as something which is impossibly difficult. Being extremely pious and altruistic, and the people who are considered saints, Waliullah, those who are in their graves, they were good and nice people. We should think positive toward those people, and we should be positive about this. But there are false tales about those people, generated and floated and shared by the people. We are going to talk about how is it possible. Is it possible for the general public? I think it is possible for many of the people, not each and everyone, not for the majority of the people, but it is possible for many of the people. How? I think that anybody who is a believer first, honest and kind-hearted, then both of these qualities. An honest person who is a careless one cannot be a saint, cannot be waliullah. We need to become honest. We need to become kind-hearted to the needy people. Excuse me. It is as simple as this one. We need to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is this is for me actually. This is my own opinion. Now I'm going to put forward my own opinion. I'm a very humble man. I'm a common man. It is the opinion of a common man. But I strongly believe in it that anybody and everybody who is a believer and who is a honest and kind-hearted, both of these, is definitely a saint in and a waliullah. Who avoids hurting other people is a waliullah. And now I am going to put forward the opinion of a scholar, of a great scholar, the great scholar, and I'm unable to recall the name. I listened this speech on the social media, and it is a well-known, and it is not one person only who is having an opinion like this one. Rather, it is a whole school of thought, and this school of thought, and these great scholars are of the view that we need to avoid the sins first of all, we need to avoid the sin. But still, if at all we do commit, then we need to be very repentful and very regretful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala We need to keep repenting and regretting and prostrating in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this one. But if at all a sort of excess has been committed against any other person, I think that we need to compensate, because as for the we need to apologize. If they do so from the very depth of their heart, then it is quite nice and fine. But if at all they are demanding the compensation, we should be ready to compensate, reasonably. Reasonably, we should be ready to compensate. We should be ready to give a kind of a reasonable compensation. And you know and rather I was saying that the opinion of a scholar, this scholar says actually, this scholar says that we need to become regretful and repentful for whatever bad we did, whatever bad happened by us, and we need to apologize or give the compensation to the people. And this is the first thing. And the second thing is that we need to keep praising whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given and gifted to us. We should be grateful for all the time. And grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and grateful even to the people who have done something good, who have done some favor to us. We need to be grateful to the people. We should be always grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted and granted to us. And then law of honor the least at the end. The third thing is that we should keep requesting and keep demanding whatever we are in need of. We should keep requesting it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should be keep begging it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If at all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us, we should be even more grateful. But if at all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not grant us, we need to become very patient, and we need to keep thinking and believing that maybe this thing is not good for me till now, and as soon as it does become good, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it to me. But even if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give it to me, I am still grateful enough. I am still very grateful and totally grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I am going to be very patient human being. I am going to be a very patient Muslim. I am going to become a very patient and a very obedient creature and human being and slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I do have to become a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in letter and spirit. This is how simple it is. No, we need not to make it a complicated thing at all. It is not complicated. And why somebody is trying to make it a complicated one? I think it is not something which is impossibly difficult. I repeat my word. Being a saint is not something which is impossibly difficult. I think it is quite possible. It is possible, although the sacrifice is needed, although we do have to pay the price for it. Since there is a price for Jannah, if at all somebody want to enter the paradise, which where the human being, those who are allowed to enter the Jannah, the paradise, they will live there forever. And there is a price to pay for the Jannah, for the paradise. There is a price to pay even for the trivial things while we are living here in this world. So why being a saint of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and why being in the paradise is going to come become free for us. It is not going to come free for us at all. Thank you, Jazakallah.